Welcome everybody to Deck Theory. In these episodes, we are going to theory craft a deck and jump into a match and see how well we do. Now, the purpose of these episodes is going to be to learn. Obviously, when you theory craft a deck, the only way to figure out whether or not it is going to work is to play actual matches. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come up with our own deck. We're going to jump into a match and then at the end, critique it, find out what worked, find out what didn't work, and hopefully be able to change things to make it work next time. So if anybody has their own criticism, thoughts, or recommendations for how to fix this deck, please let me know in the comments. I can't guarantee that these sort of decks, these sort of series is going to work out every single time. But you know what? We're here to learn. And so let's jump in and let's see what we got. Let's see what our first deck looks like. First off, we're going to start with our contender. This is going to be a Moxie contender deck, all black and white. We're going to be looking at our clash grounds at Denver and Grant Park, Chicago. Now, Denver, of course, because we're going to construct a deck that is Alpha Hunters and Rogues. And we need that trigger to draw a card. That's going to be very crucial to draw as many cards as we can. Of course, getting that boost for Alpha Hunters and Rogues as well. Grant Park, Chicago does have Rogues. It does have Alphas, which is not in our deck. So we're going to need to use this for a specific purpose and only for a specific purpose. And you'll see when we get there. Looking at the accessories, it's going to be a lot of weapons. We're going to put in a lot of weapons in this deck. And the goal of this is to attach the weapons and hit with the weapons. Clarity 1911, Moxie Sidearm, Weber's Binoculars, and then a couple traps, Moxie Sharpshooter, Missile Barrage. Now for this deck, Sharpshooter, Moxie, I think is very important. I think this is a pretty strong card. Even if you don't get to play it, if it's on the board, it does give the opponent something to think about when they even know what the card is on there. Now, Missile Barrage, even though it's expensive at first, once you get those weapons on the board, it becomes a single black resource in order to use. And it does do some pretty decent counterattack at -2/-2. As far as our actions go, incoming support, you need to use those 0 resource support or clash buff cards, no matter which deck you're using for sure. And then we got surprise. Not sure how well this is going to work out, but I kind of picture it being sort of late game. If there ever is a clash card that is really beefy and meaty that you don't really think you can get rid of directly, then surprise is going to come in handy. Now let's look at the clash cards. Like I said, this is going to be a white, black. And first up, we got Lynn. I love this card. I love Lynn. She is a little bit questionable maybe in this sort of deck, but I do like the close combat and you need something to combat flying. So we're going to go with Lynn. Haven, Resourceful Helper, that trigger enter, definitely amazing. Moxie. This card right here is an absolute monster, getting weapons attached to it. Gets that +1/+2 with a weapon on there. You can get it as high as 6/6 with just one single weapon if you have Denver equipped. Moxie, Preparing for Battle, another trigger enter, draw a card. Haven, Hiding in Plain Sight, again, another draw a card or giving your contender some more health. And then Moxie, Prime to Clash. This is going to be where the Grant Park Chicago comes in. Now, it is at least for Grant Park Chicago, when you lay Grant Park Chicago, you can search your deck for a 5 resource or under and put it into your hand. And being if you have weapons on the board, you can reduce the cost. You have Trigger Enter, where you can send an Alpha Clash card to Oblivion. I really like this card if you can get it to work in your favor. But like I said, with that Clash Ground, you're going to need to get rid of it super quick with a Denver, replacing it with Denver the next turn. And then our final Clash card is going to be Weber, the Weapons Expert. Now, I really didn't want to add this because it kind of ruins the whole theme and the name, which you will know here in just a second, or if you looked at the title of the video. But I do like it being that it's a 2 resource. It is our only 2 resource, and you can attach a weapon to an Alpha Hunter for free. Looking at our side deck, we have a couple more Webbers. We have a Clarity ready to fight. That's kind of who I wanted to switch out Weber with. A couple more missile barrages, and then we got the UN. Now, I think for UN, Grant Park, Chicago, they could be switched out. And at least this time, I'm going to try it with Grant Park, Chicago to see if I could get that Moxie Prime to Clash in there. But if not, and it doesn't really work, I think the UN would possibly be even better just because it has a free. It could be free for, or at least reduces the attachment cost of 1 black, which a lot of weapons are going to be free from then on. So I would like to present Guns and Gals, and this will be available over on the website, the Alpha Clash website. Feel free to look it up and use it for your own, or look at it as we make adjustments, and I will be updating it as I keep practicing with this deck. But either way, let's jump into a match, see how well it does, and then at the end, critique and find out what worked and what didn't work.
I'm all getting out. We're going down 5 cards.
Okay, I'm just doing 3.
Okay. And turn is yours.
All right. I'm going to resource my surprise. And I'm going to play a sidearm. It's going to be it.
Okay. Resource resistance. Magnet cutting planar. Contender smack face.
Okay.
Okay.
Pick the 1.
Okay, yeah, I have no buff on that attack, and you apparently had no buff.
No, I am not going to use a buff, no.
Go ahead.
I am going to resource myself a sharpshooter. I'm going to lay that down. Play 1 resource for Moxie there, and I'm going to draw 1. I'm going to attack your
Contender headbutt.
contender.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I am not going to block.
Okay.
And you're not going to buff. I'm not going to buff.
No, pass.
Resource of Solar Smash. Tap 1, deal 1 damage to Moxie, preparing for battle.
That's okay. I was thinking I was gonna attach the weapon because I thought you might do that, but okay. That's good.
Okay. Then I'm going to tap 2. Torque directing.
All right, I'm gonna use
Responses?
I'm gonna do my trap.
Gone. Okay, no death trigger. And it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna use a Haven as a resource. I'm going to play my Denver. I'm gonna draw my 2. Throw away my Weber's binoculars. Play my Haven. Draw me another one. And then I'm going to resource the black. I'm going to put down another sidearm. I'm gonna attack your contender again.
Okay, more contender headbutt.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not gonna block.
Okay.
Or are you gonna buff?
Nope.
Not gonna buff. Actually, I will buff.
So I take my 2.
Anything else?
No, that's gonna do it. That's it.
Okay. Resource another menacing magnate.
Okay.
Or a menacing magnate, and gonna tap 1 sinister assistance on your Haven. And then 2 more redirecting to contender headbutt.
God dang, I keep forgetting to do that.
I have no buff.
I'm going to buff this time.
Okay, so I'm the one who takes the 3.
Yep. Okay, and I'm gonna draw my card.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to resource my Weber. I'm gonna play Moxie. I'm going to attack your
Another contender headbutt.
contender headbutt.
I will block with torque redirecting.
Okay.
So you'll just take one.
And I'm going to attack with Moxie.
Block with magnetic planner.
Okay. All right, I'm done. Go.
Okay. Resource Sinister Assistance. Tap one. Flare. Tap flare. Damage myself for one.
All right.
Draw a card. Okay. Tap one more. Magnet Cutting Planner.
Okay.
I'll attack torque redirecting.
Okay, that's just one, right?
Yep. One,
Okay.
two. And that's turn.
Come on. Give me some. Give me some. Come on. I'm going to resource surprise. And I'm going to pay one. I'm going to attach that. So now she is a 4/5. She is now a 6/5. The
And then
boost.
6/6 with Denver.
Oh yeah. Then 6/6 with Denver. Yeah. So she's 6/6. Do put 2 out. I'm gonna put down Haven.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw my card. Wait. Do I want to draw? Yeah, I need fucking cards. I'm gonna play down binoculars. Attach said binoculars to Haven. I'm gonna attack with my 2/2. I'm gonna target your contender.
Haven on contender violence is fine.
Yep.
Do your binocular, and then I'll take the damage.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna put in sharpshooter in my hand. I'm going to then lay this down because you don't know what it is.
It'd be anything.
It could be anything. You never know. Put these back over here. No buff.
No buff. So
Okay.
I will just take 2.
All right. I'm gonna attack torque redirecting.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fine by me.
Yep.
No response.
Okay.
I'll draw a card on defeat.
Attack flare.
That I will block.
Okay.
And you take 1 damage back from that.
Yep. That's gonna be it. Gonna be it.
Okay. Resource boom. Sonora Awaken Breaker.
That's 3, right? Oh, that's 5. Yeah, I forgot it's 5.
Sonora Awaken Breaker, attack your contender for a total of 5.
Okay.
He becomes a 5/4. And then I draw a card on his attack. Okay, are you going? I'm not going to buff. How about you?
Nope.
Okay, so just 5 gets in, which looks like it already happened.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm going to tap Flare, do 1 damage to Haven, and then I'm going to tap Torque, deal 1 damage to Haven. Do that trick again. And that's turn.
I'm gonna lay that. And I'm going to play Lynn.
Oh, good thing I tapped out.
Let me attach binoculars to Lynn. And she is going to attack Flare.
Okay. Actually, Flare's technically not gone yet.
I'm going to take a Moxie.
Cool.
Okay, no buff.
No buff. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, I don't think. Because you are 3/3.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm going to tap another one. I'm going to play Moxie. I'm going to draw another card. Yeah, let's go on Sonora.
Okay, so you got a buff?
No buff.
Okay, I'm not gonna buff.
Okay. I am gonna use my contender and slap you.
Okay, contender headbutt. I'm fine with that. You got a buff?
Nope.
No buff.
Just go. Your turn.
A little object lesson. I am on 3 green and 2 red. Boom is not what you have to worry about. That's what you got to worry about. Get rid of the big Moxie.
Saw you coming. I saved one for it.
Yep. And then I'm going to have Kagan swing at contender for 5. Torque's headbutt.
Okay. One more.
Okay. Oh, cool. No buffs and
No
no
buff.
blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. The question was whether you were going to block the Moxie preparing for battle and let her die.
No.
Okay. Turn.
Let me draw my 1. Use Haven as a resource. Tap 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to play Moxie again. I'm going to tap that. I'm going to put that back on there.
For free or?
Oh, shit. You're right. Yep. For free. And then, yeah, let me add this to Moxie. And I'm going to go this one at Kagan.
Okay. You have no hand, and I have no responses, so it's just up to me to whether I buff or not, and I will not.
Okay. And then the rest, I am going to swing at for Lynn, I'm going to swing at your contender. Okay, I got another binoculars. That one hurt right there. That one hurt.
I smell some buffs that fell into the discard pile, or another fat Moxie.
You gonna buff?
I have no buff.
Okay.
So I just didn't take 3.
Yeah, let me go at your contender. That's 3-3.
Okay. No
3-2, I mean. All right, and I'm gonna go Moxie on him.
Okay, headbutt. That is fine.
Okay, and that is going to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna resource flare.
Okay.
Another Kagan.
All right. Say Moxie.
Take out that Moxie.
All right.
I'll tap 1.
Okay.
Affliction.
That
I'll
is
myself. I will +1/+1 Kagan and draw a card.
Okay.
Okay. Kagan, attack contender.
And that's 6/6. Okay. No buff.
Okay. Then you are at 3 left.
Yep.
Torque, attack contender.
Okay.
And I will buff.
This would have been a buff. If this would have been a buff right here, I think I could have pulled it out next turn.
Yeah, I had to play that really close at the end, but that's what happens when 2 Kagans happen.
Yeah.
I knew that sharpshooter was dead, but that's why I played the Flare's resource.
Let me see what my next card would have been. Look at my next card.
You one off. One off.
One card off, man. All right, so let's talk about that matchup real quick. First off, things that I don't think I did correctly. I think I played a little bit too passive, focused too much on the clash cards. Being that it was a red deck, I was certainly a little bit too worried about the boom and certainly worried about that non-clash damage ramping up, those like torque redirecting and stuff. And so part of me just wanted to get rid of the clash cards when in turn, when I had that Moxie at 6/6, for example, I should have just attacked straight at the contender instead of trying to get rid of some of the clash cards. Also, there was another time in which I probably should have used Moxie to block the Kagan and save some of that 5 health. And even though I would have lost Moxie overall, I think it would have worked out, at least given me another turn to try to be able to come back. We never got the opportunity to use the Grand Park Chicago, unfortunately, so I'm not sure how well that's going to work. And we didn't see any of those big Moxies. Clarity 1911, all the sidearms. Weber's binoculars is kind of questionable because sometimes I felt like that it hurt me. Sharpshooter Moxie is a must. I think I need to have that on the board at all times and not resource them ever. Missile Barrage, we never got a chance to use either. Incoming support. Surprise, I actually felt like I like out of the cards in my hand, that's the one I needed to use as a resource. So in which case it would have, kind of come in handy if I would have had enough resources to use it, but I think I can afford to take it out. I don't know if it's going to be that useful. As far as the Clash cards go, overall, I think, they're pretty much okay. I think Lynn was all right. Maybe not the greatest, but I still think she was okay. Haven was great. Moxie, the 4 Moxie was awesome. Preparing for battle, all those were fine. And we never got to use Prime to Clash. Unfortunately, didn't even see it at all. Didn't even see a Weber's Weapon Expert either. So he's going to be taken out anyway. I think I'm going to probably put in Clarity Ready to Fight. And I think I'm probably going to use the UN headquarters, because there were a lot of times where I was trying to save my resources for that one single one to attach it. And I think it would certainly be better if I just had UN in there instead, and then know for sure that I'm going to be able to get those free attachments. But either way, like I said, that was Guns and Gals, and it turned out okay. Obviously, every deck, the fun part about theory crafting and deck crafting is for you to see what you can put together and then test it out on the battlefield, and so on the Clash ground. And we got to make some adjustments, and then we'll give it a try again. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link for the Alpha Clash website in the description. You're welcome to try it out, use it, copy it, and then make your own adjustments. Also leave recommendations below if you feel like you have some that you think is going to make this deck a really good deck. I have my idea now, but we'll just see how it goes. But either way, hopefully you did enjoy. Like, subscribe, stay tuned for more of these deck theory videos, because these are fun. And I'll see y'all next time. Yo, take it easy. Yo, we're out.